everybody. Let's go. New year, new intro, same dumb marks. Welcome, everybody, to the 2022 Royal Rumble Prediction Show. The best four-man booth in the business is back at it again with a surprise entrance. Up on the screen to my left.
I got right on the video.
Yeah, right on the video. Left in real life. MARZ, going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Give a little introduction of yourself. Plug your stuff up front. We'll hit it on the back end as well, but like to give people their flowers up front.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It's MARZ, the bearded weirdo from down in the den fame. Thank you guys for having me. Big fan of the show, big wrestling fan. Check us out. We're available everywhere on YouTube, everywhere you stream your audio podcasts. We got the Patreon up. It's under MARZ Entertainment. That's MARZ, MARZ _entertainment on YouTube. And you can follow me on Instagram. Same thing, MARZ _entertainment. Down in the Den is the program, and I'm your den master. So, check it out.
There we go. Nice. MARZ was kind enough to do the job for us last week or a week or two ago. Had us on his show, so it's only right that we return the favor and do the job for him tonight. So he'll be here giving his hot takes and predictions as well as the rest of us. Donald, Jason, you guys good to go? You ready?
Well, let's go.
Jay, you're your usual ball of energy, like usual.
Hey, I'm here.
You're here. That's about it. There you go. That's good.
It's a WWE show, so Jason's here.
Hey, Chris, what budget you get to do that intro with? Because your background's like you're in like super 8K right now. Like you got a side deal we don't know about. Like what's going on here?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, just took a little bit of extra cash from you guys this month.
Skip it off the top.
No doubt.
Got to get you Yakuza's out next time I see you.
Yes, sir. All right, so we're here to break down the Royal Rumble 2022 edition. We'll run through the card, give our predictions. When we get into the main Rumble shows for both the Rumble matches, say that 5 times fast. For the men and women, we'll hit up some surprises, maybe some sleepers. And then overall, who we think is going to walk out of the Royal Rumble with the finger point to the WrestleMania sign, as usual. And during the show, we may have a surprise entrance of ourselves join as well later on while we get through this. So, with all that being said, intro over and done with. Chris, let's get into the card itself.
Alrighty, what do you guys want to start with? Should we start with the potential pre-show match?
Yep, we'll run pre-show, and then we'll save both women's and men's Rumble matches for last. And however else you want to plug the rest of the card before that is up to you. You got the controls.
All right. So before the show, we were talking, and MARZ mentioned that they added Raw Tag Team Championship, Champions Alpha Academy versus RK Bro.
So before we go around the horn here, no pun intended, but what's going to happen with this academic decathlon that they're supposedly doing if they're running this match right now on the pay-per-view for the championship? Like, I thought this was going to be a multi-week thing where they're going to intellectually battle each other and then have a match as the payoff at the end. But they did 1 week of it. A spelling bee led to a match. Then they announced the scooter race, which is not very academic. That's more athletic. But, I mean, Riddle picked it, so go figure. So now we have this championship match on the pre-show. We'll go around here, give your thoughts, any insight you want to provide and whatnot. We'll cover throughout each match. So Donald, you're up there first, so we'll go with you first.
Okay. As everybody knows, I don't watch Raw. It's boring to me, so I have no idea what the hell's going on. So I'm just going to pick the champs to retain. There you go. Simple, easy.
Do you know who the champs are?
Alpha Academy. That's
okay. I'm just making sure.
Oh, he watches.
Thanks for the graphic, right?
That's Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, right?
It's 4.0 this.
Jason Angle.
Yeah, Angle. That's correct. The illegitimate son of Kurt Angle. That's right. All right, so you got the champs retaining.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you got?
Champs with a unclean finish. You got to keep the storyline going. So maybe a DQ finish.
All
Show 'em
right,
out.
kick it up there to the top left, Mars.
Yeah, of course, I'm going with Alpha Academy. I think this is all really just to lead to your obvious Randy versus Riddle at WrestleMania match. So I could definitely see a little Riddle idiocy causing them to lose and Randy snapping, turning on Riddle and leaving the champs the champ. So I'm going to say Alpha Academy retains.
Chris?
Yeah, I think I'm going to continue that. I'm going to go with the champs to retain.
So I like the idea there, Mars, with the Riddle turn or with the Orton turn and have him and Riddle at Mania at some point. You think it has to happen. Although Randy put out I don't know if it was from an interview or he just tweeted out himself this week, but he was saying the reason why he has so much fun with Riddle is because Riddle's the only person that can grow his own strain, which is Orton's favorite. So I don't know if Randy's really ready to break up the tag team yet. And don't really know how that comment's going to go over with the health and wellness policy, but hey, it is 2022, and Riddle is a shaman, so we'll see how that plays out. But
Orton cleared his strikes, didn't he? So I mean, he's all good.
He's Orton. He's had 17 strikes. He's fine. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I think he's had at least one strike every year he's been in the WWE on the main roster. So. Yeah, with that being said, I don't see a change here. Jay, I agree with you. There'll be some type of smosh finish, and we'll get the champs to retain. And I guess when we tune in Monday night to Raw, we'll have the scooter race between Riddle and Otis. Not sure if they'll find a scooter big enough for Otis, but it'll be what it's going to be there. So clean sweep for champs across the board there.
All right, let's get into the nitty gritty here. We'll start off with Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice.
So this match, for the most part, this has probably been the best story told on Raw leading up to this pay-per-view. And my co-host and Mars may disagree with me on that, but I think they've told this the best. The four people that are involved in the storyline all know what they're doing. They tend to not miss when it comes to certain things. So with all that being said, baby faces go over here. I don't see the heels, the it couple, Miz and Maurice picking up a win. I'm going to go with the grit couple with Beth and Edge picking up the victory here. Donald?
Legends never lose. They come back for a reason, right? So Beth and Edge are going to win.
Is Maurice a legend?
No, let's not start this talk. We're going to save this for
We'll
another
save
podcast.
that. We're saving that.
Yeah, the whole yeah. Let's not go there. We're strictly sticking to Rumble stuff because that'll get everybody on a soapbox, and we don't have 4 hours to do this prediction show tonight. So, Jay, what do you got?
We'll just do Maurice is still active, so it doesn't count.
The way they put dude through a 3D, I want to see this match. That was a clean 3D.
Yeah,
they put that dude through every finisher. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the grit couple.
Mars?
Yeah, same here. One thing about Miz, he's so damn good, he never has to win a match. And he's never gonna win a match. So it's definitely the grit couple. I see some embarrassing things going on for Maurice, maybe some cake somehow, some type of pastry ending up in their face, and the grit couple ending up victorious in that match. So yeah, Miz and Maurice catch that L.
Yeah, the whole I never have to win but still be over is such a talent that gets overlooked. And you can go back throughout wrestling history and find people like that, but the Miz, the way he does it, it's really something that more people should I don't want to say like aspire to be whenever you get into the wrestling business, but just know that road is there if that's something that you can fit into. Like, he's made a hell of a run out of it. He's won titles and everything else, but now he has reality TV shows. He's working with celebrities at WrestleManias. I mean, the guy's everywhere for them, and one of their faces, and has been for a really long time. So you can't say he's had a bad career at all. With more times than not, him with his shoulders on the mat looking up. So absolutely.
There's plenty of icons that can't say they're a 2-time WWE champ that are in the Hall of Fame. From your Pipers to your $1 Million Man. So I don't think anyone can disrespect Miz's career. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
Yep.
I agree. Especially all the stuff that he does on the side to promote WWE. I mean, he's a workhorse for them. I think him and Titus O'Neil are probably two of the best people they have to endorse the WWE brand whenever they're not on TV. They just do a great job. But Donald, I gotta agree with you. I mean, you don't bring people back to have them lose. So, is that a clean sweep? Edge and Beth Phoenix for the win.
It's a clean sweep.
Yeah. Beth being, breaking glass on Beth and having her come out for this match. What I like initially, if you would have said, would you want to see Beth and Edge versus Miz and Maurice? I probably would have said no, but they have me entertained by what they've done leading up to this match. So I'm looking forward to actually watching it and see how 4 pros go out there and work the crowd and what they put on. I think it'll be a very good match.
All right, let's go into the next. We'll go to the Raw Women's Championship. We got champion Becky Lynch versus Doudrop.
So yeah, this is your I guess your heel versus heel, if you want to go that route. Not typical match because it's usually babyface versus a heel champion or the other way around. So Doudrop, I mean, the name from the beginning didn't fit. The beginning gimmick with Eva Marie didn't fit. Hopefully, ring wise, work rate wise, they're letting her be more Piper Niven than Doudrop, and hopefully we can kind of change the name over to Piper as well, because she can wrestle, she can go, she has a look, she's unique, she stands out, and as a superstar, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something to make you different from everybody else, and she has that. So I'm looking forward to this match. It'll be interesting to see how they work it, and I want to see if they continue to have Becky cheat in some form or fashion to pick up wins, which she has done since she's had the title in title matches. So we'll see if that continues. Donald, who you got?
Becky is definitely not dropping the title. She got her plan saved for WrestleMania, as you can see, but Becky's winning. I'm definitely interested to see the fight because I like Piper Niven a lot.
Jay?
I got Becky winning. I'm loving Becky's heel in ring work, and I'm hoping they let Doudrop fly a little bit on the since it's a main event match. Let her spread her wings a little bit, show what she can really do.
Yeah, a little something more than just that 6-minute, 3-minute TV match. Give them 8 to 12 minutes and let them go out there and work and see what she can do, because I don't think anybody will be disappointed by the work that she puts out there, especially being in the ring with Becky. So, MARZ?
Yeah, same here. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. Becky wins, but I think Becky is going to make Doudrop into a bigger star. Becky in this heel role has done a great job of winning matches, but still making her opponent look like big stuff. And I think Doudrop, I agree with the name, hideous, horrible. Whoever the Frost McFangs of the world who keep making these crazy names in WWE needs a steel chair shot. But yeah, Doudrop, I think she'll look like a star. It's going to be a weird dynamic with both being heel. Who plays the face in the match? I don't know, but I see Becky coming out with it.
Chris?
All right, looks like we got a surprise entrant before we get into.
Hey. Now entering at number 10,
Hey.
2022 Royal Rumble prediction show, the man, the myth, the legend himself, David from the Pro Wrestling Podcast. What's going on?
Frozen up there. That's a perfect freeze too.
That is a
That is.
Somebody screenshot that. That's a meme.
You're back.
No.
There it is. Now we got
Okay.
you. We got you. We
Yeah.
got you now. You're good. Welcome in. Welcome
Good?
in. Thanks for coming
Welcome
on.
in,
You're
man.
good. Yep.
Yep,
We're good.
Good.
You're
Good.
we're live.
Nope. Now you're going.
Bullshit, there is a delay.
Tremendous.
I asked if I good like I was asked if I was good like 10 days ago.
We are currently on the Raw Women's
Hold
Championship.
on.
Who do you got for Becky and Doudrop?
Nope. Nope. There. Nope.
I'm gonna come in like 10 years later, but I'm gonna say Becky. Obviously, I don't see them giving the title to Doudrop.
All right. There we go. That's a clean.
Coming in good.
It's it's a little freezing up a little bit, but other than that, you're okay.
All right, I've been having issues with my Wi-Fi, so I apologize, guys.
No problem.
It's very Funaki-like. I love it. It's a very Funaki gimmick.
I agree. I think Becky's going to end up main eventing night one of WrestleMania. The question is, who's her opponent going to be? Yeah, that can go a couple different routes, but I think Becky's probably going to be penciled in there. So I got to go with Becky for the win in this match.
Yeah, Mars. I agree with you with the, Bully Ray, a name that people don't like to hear nowadays. Recently, based off of comments he made on the Busted Open radio show there, but he says one person goes over and one person gets over, and I think this is the perfect example of that. Becky's done that with Liv, for their matches. I think this is going to be a case where Doudrop's going to get majority of the offense, beat Becky up, look like a legitimate threat, and Becky will steal it with a pull the tights or grab it on a bottom rope or something like that to get the win there. So, all right, what's up next?
All right, let's get into the main title fights. We'll go to the WWE Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
I've hated the build up to this match. Simply the way that they kicked it off and made Bobby look like an absolute nothing. I wish they would have kicked it off with the video package that they hit on last week. Hey, what's going on, Amy? So I wish they would have hit that video package first instead of starting off with the Brock evisceration promo that he cut. But I think this is a match, although it's 15, 20 years too late, some people may say, it's one that I'm looking forward to most on the card, just because Bobby is somebody that can stand across from Brock and look to be Brock's equal. There's not too many people out there that can look to be his equal. So with that being all that being said, we'll go around the horn again. Thoughts, opinions, and predictions. Donald, who you got?
For a different change, I got Bobby in this one. I'm thinking the storyline would be better if Lashley won the title, because they're all for Roman and Brock to fight for a title at WrestleMania. So Brock got to drop the belt somehow. I mean, he wasn't supposed to win this title. So I think put it back on Lashley, and then we'll see where things go to. But I'm picking Bobby for this.
All right, Jay.
When the initial Bobby Who promo came out, I was like, okay, what are they doing? They're just making Bobby look weak in this instance. But then he went back. They doubled down the next week. Was that the next week with the weigh-in, or was that
no the video package and
the video package in the weigh-in? They doubled down on the weigh-in. True. They doubled down on the weigh-in, which made me rethink it. So I'm like, okay, he's overlooking Bobby. So I have Bobby winning.
Mars?
Ironically, I am in total agreement. The whole WWE is huge with their reverse momentum. Usually whoever goes over the night before the pay-per-view loses. They've totally disrespected Bobby. And we forget the one crucial element, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman allows Brock to get out of jail, to lose the title without being embarrassed. Bobby's reign was pretty impressive, and it opens the door for some intriguing setup. So it only made sense to get Bobby the belt and get Brock back on over to SmackDown to get things back in line with Roman. So I definitely see some Paul Heyman either incompetence or interference, some MVP interference, maybe even seeing some hurt team interference or
Hurt business
or whatever the hell, and Bobby coming out on top with this one. So I'm definitely going to say Bobby.
Chris?
I like that twist. I keep going back and forth on two because I don't know where they're going to go for Mania right now, and I think we'll get a clear indication of where they're headed for Mania, this Saturday night. Because I don't know if they're going, to unify these titles or if they're going to keep the brands separate after Mania. I'm one that I'm hoping the titles unify. I'm hoping that, the winners of the Rumble matches this Saturday indicate that we're getting unification at Mania, because I think that it's about time that they bring both rosters together for both programs. But I'm just for that reason, I'm going to go Brock. But if you also look at all the betting odds, Brock's also right now heavily favored to win the Rumble match. So it's kind of interesting without even being officially announced for it. So, but yeah, I'm going to go Brock retains.
Yeah, with the betting odds being what they are, depending on where this match is placed on the card, if Bobby wins, that's a good indication that Brock's going to win the Rumble. So there may not even be a point to watch the whole pay-per-view or a live premium event. Is that what it's now called?
Yeah.
Premium live event.
Premium live. Okay. But
It's premium.
Yeah, it's premium
and live.
In the event.
I think with Brock, Brock's somebody, if he likes you, he's gonna put you over to the moon. You see that all the time with people. When Brock is interested and invested and like somebody based off of how he is out there in the ring, how he's selling the whole 9 yards. I would like to see Bobby come out looking strong, and this whole Bobby Who stuff. What better than to put Brock in the hurt lock, and he's yelling Bobby Who as he's ragdolling Brock in the hurt lock, and Brock taps out. I don't know if you go that far though, because it is Brock Lesnar, and Brock tends to, not be put in those types of situations. Yeah. But based off the story they told, that would be something that would be a nice payoff to the story itself. I think maybe the whole Brock winning because of COVID and switching things up. I mean, maybe they just realign and readjust and move on and keep it the way it is. I don't know if Brock Lesnar would have a short title reign in his picture. He tends to keep the belt rather lengthy when he does win. So honestly, this is a coin flip for me. But I'll go with Brock to retain just to keep the Rumble match in more intrigue.
Okay. All right, so that takes us to the Universal Championship match. Champion Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
This match seems like if it was going to be inevitable that at some point Seth was going to come across this version of Roman. I loved what they've done. I love the story that they've told up to this point. Roman, I'll keep harking on this until the day they prove me wrong with whoever they have beat Roman. The person that needs to beat Roman needs to be somebody that doesn't need a rub. Needs to be somebody that once they pin Roman 1, 2, 3, they're an immediate superstar, top tier level guy. Seth is already up on that top tier level. He doesn't need the rub by beating Roman. Roman's still firing on all cylinders. The shtick isn't getting old. Keep the belt on Reigns and let him go to Mania with the belt. Keep the head of the table, feeding the family, and moving forward. So I got Reigns to retain. Donald?
Same here. Roman's not losing because, like I said before, the showdown that WWE wants is him and Brock for the title at WrestleMania. So Roman for the win.
Jay?
I got Roman winning. I need this storyline in another, I don't want to say lifetime, but further down the road where they can build better and maybe add this as like a stepping stone to the next match or to the next storyline.
Between them two.
Between them two, yeah. Because this was just thrown together and it's kind of rushed, and you have too much history to just make it a real quick one and done. So I see them circling back to this one more time, but I got Roman winning.
All right. MARZ?
This one I went back and forth on just because there's so many variables in the match. You have the Kevin Owens variable, what's going on with that, and Seth. You have the history aspect with them even bringing up Mott's, which is huge between the two. You have just two incredible guys at the peak of their careers that have a long history. It could go either way, and I definitely don't think both Brock and Roman in this Royal Rumble with their belt, someone has to lose it. But since I've already mentioned Brock losing it, I am going to go with Roman. I feel that sets up the Roman and Brock, and we probably end up getting some Seth versus Kevin Owens building up for Mania.
It's the return of, we had Dude Love first, now we have Cactus Jack.
He keeps going underneath the rope and coming back in.
Nailed under the ropes.
Did we get the Wi-Fi fixed? Are we good now?
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Nope.
It's
We'll
better.
see. But I'm here now.
The audio is good. The video, you're frozen again into another meme. So don't be surprised if you see yourself across the internet a couple times tonight.
Okay.
We're on Universal Championship, Roman versus Seth.
Oh my God. All right. If I stop the camera, I wonder. You guys talk. I'm sorry. I'll be supervising.
Executive producer.
He's
He's an EVP. We'll make him an EVP of the night for the Dunmar's podcast. So yeah, Jay, like you said, just to circle back around with Reigns and Seth, the history aspect, and MARZ, you brought it up with Seth, mentioning Mox. Seth came out and said, it was either yesterday or today, but he said, why would I not mention Mox? Like that's a crucial piece to our story. So of course I'm going to mention him, regardless of where he's at and what he's doing. Like, yeah, I'm going to bring him up because that links us together. So I would like to see a bigger long-term story being told with them too, just because they have so much history that they can play off of, and you could get a really good feud out of it to get, one or two matches. Again, the audible, we know it was called, and this is how we ended up where we're at. But yeah, I think, Jay, to your point, at somewhere down the line, they need to properly tell this story with Roman being the character he is and Seth being the drip god that he is at this point, because it will play out into what I think would be very entertaining television.
And he keeps on playing up the "you never beat me" angle. So,
and I don't even know if they definitely even need the title for that story. Like this could just be the two guys. Yeah. Whoever Roman does eventually lose to, they can go off do their thing, and these two can go and have a great story that could possibly even just steal the show. But absolutely. Yeah, for this one, I definitely see Roman retaining. I'd be very surprised if they had Seth win the title.
All right. Next.
David, are you able to tune in?
You still with audio?
Nope.
No. I thought maybe we could just hear him.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Wait.
The voice of God.
Yeah, look at it.
Feel like Shawn Michaels versus God and Vince McMahon. That team partner is God.
David, who do you have for the Universal Championship?
Okay. All right, you guys are going to get this like 10 minutes later after I say it, but it's going to be, for me, Roman, of course. I don't know. I just don't see like any title changes this time around for this pay-per-view.
Okay.
At least in my opinion.
Okay.
So that means you're taking Brock over Bobby as well. Wait for
Correct.
it.
Yes.
At the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Sonic boom.
This is tremendous. All right, so hey, there's video. There we go. All right,
All right.
we're good.
All right,
let's
so
move-
that's
There's
it for the
video.
regular matches. Now we're going to dive into the actual both Rumble matches themselves. So let's go up first. We'll start with the women's Royal Rumble match.
All right, so they've announced what 20 women so far for the Rumble.
Something like that.
Yeah, 18 or 20. So
It was 18 originally, and then I think they've added a few more.
Yeah, so we're looking at like maybe 6 to 10 surprise names. Not surprises in the fact of holy shit they're in the Rumble, but just people they didn't announce that are left on the women's side. To me, both Royal Rumbles this year, I said it, MARZ, on your show when we were talking, it's the most open Royal Rumble field on both sides that I've seen in recent years. I don't think there's a true clear-cut favorite for either Rumble winner. I know the speculation's out there on the women's side on who's coming back, and we'll touch on that as we go through here. I'm sure some people may even pick that individual to win it. So yeah, to me, the field's wide open. So as we go around here, I want you to give me your a surprise entrance, a spoiler, somebody who you think may go deep or be a really dark horse to win it, and then who you have to actually win it, and to go on to Mania to face either women's champion. So we'll go down right below me here. We'll get David in first, see what he got, so we can get some audio and video of him on the show actually. Who you got as a spoiler, a surprise, and the overall winner for the Women's Rumble?
So now when you say surprise, do you mean like a legend that's coming in that I think, or somebody
It
from
doesn't
another
necessarily have to be a
program?
legend, but anybody that you would think may be a surprise entrant that people go, oh, I didn't see her coming out.
I would say probably Trish Stratus, because Lita's in it.
Mm.
Mhm.
Not bad. She hasn't been
And
announced.
yeah, right? I don't think so.
No.
Nope.
No, not
she
yet.
hasn't been announced
I'm
yet.
looking at the list right here.
No, she definitely hasn't been announced.
So I could see that they could try to pull the Christian Edge moment like they did. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years.
Yeah. I think it was last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, last year.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The spoiler for me. I would like
maybe spoiler's not the
see
right term. Like a
Liv
dark
Morgan.
horse. Liv Morgan. That's a good spoiler.
Yeah.
Sleeper.
Sleeper.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
call it
sleeper.
And then
There you go.
sleeper. I would say Naomi.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be okay with that.
The fans would pop tremendously.
So
All right, and then who do you think has a legitimate chance? Bet man, you
Indeed.
got to put money down on it. Who are you going to put?
I mean, they really don't have any, but shit. If I were to put money, I'm not a betting man here, but give it to Liv Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That'd be a win for her.
All right, Mars, you got sleeper, spoiler, and
Sorry,
then who
guys.
you think's gonna
I-
win? No, you're good.
Well,
We'll
this
get
guy,
to it. This is live. This is live TV, baby. We gotta keep the ball rolling. We're good.
it's the Dumb Show.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So for me in the women's for the sleeper, I have none other than let's see, I had it. My sleeper, I have Bailey.
Okay.
She hasn't been announced,
Mhm.
but she's, from my understanding, she's cleared. She's ready to go. She would have a huge pop entering. I mentioned it on my show when we had our panel. I believe her and Sasha Banks, as far as the women's side during the pandemic Thunderdome period, were the MVPs. So I hated to see her WrestleMania being taken away from a fluke injury, helping and training someone. So Bailey, big fan of Bailey as my sleeper. She could also be my surprise, but I think she's a sleeper. For my surprise for the women, and it may just be wishful thinking, but for my surprise, I'm going to say Paige. We've seen so many people come back that we never, ever thought would be in the ring, and not only come back, but we're on our second year of Edge. We're on our third year of Daniel Bryan. We know she wants to come back, even if it's just a come in, eliminate one person, and then gently get over. But
Right.
Pop would blow the roof off.
Yeah.
So Paige is my surprise.
Would if Paige's music hits and she comes out, and the two pops that I can think of in recent memory that were just the biggest, obviously Edge and then AJ, to me were the two biggast pops in recent memory. Do you think Paige's music hits? Do you think that pop is as big or bigger than those two?
At least as big. Paige was on pace to be one of those transcendent stars. She had a movie made out of her life at like 19. Right? She's had so much trauma, that's gone on in her life. It would be such a story for her to come back, even if it's just one night to end your career standing up instead of crumpled in a huddled mass of pain. I think it would be a phenomenal feel-good story of the night. So yeah.
That WWE 24 on that alone would be like probably the most watched episode of a documentary / our film that they put out is her WWE 24 to come back for that pop. That would be tremendous. Actually, that's not. That's something I haven't thought about. All right,
This will
and
be
then
an AEW in a month like Christian. But
all right, and then money on the line. You got to put down everything you own. Who would you say is walking out as the Women's Royal Rumble winner?
So I'm probably alone on this one, but I thought long and hard, and I tried to put myself in Vince's head, and then I originally, instantly fired some people. But but I am going to say Lita. I think Lita wins to set up that match with Charlotte. We've already had Charlotte at Charlotte and Trish. It's time for Charlotte to embarrass another legend and prove that she's the greatest female and competitor ever to walk God's green earth. So I'm going to say Lita set up a dream match.
All right. Jay, sleeper, surprise, money down. Who you got?
Even though it announced 20 people, I think the women's might have more surprises than the men and had the bigger pops. For surprise, I was going to go Ronda I saw reports. I'm like, I want to be different. I'm going to put Jax as my surprise. Even though she's gone, I'll put her as a surprise.
But remember, they were saying that they were looking for people who recently got released from WWE to come back.
Yeah.
Nia would be very interesting based off of everything that she said as far as moving on from wrestling and not wanting to get back in the ring again. That would be interesting there.
My sleeper, I predicted she's going to win the title this year, so I'm going to go with Baszler as my sleeper. You haven't seen much of her on TV.
No.
Maybe they give her a fresh new coat, and I got Charlotte winning. And she's going to, I don't know who she calls out. Tony?
not getting Tony. Not getting Tony Storm. What you thinking there, bro?
That's the only reason I want Charlotte to win. Just to
Tony
call
Storm.
I need Tony back.
All right, Chris, sleeper, surprise, and money down. Who you got?
Surprise, I think I'm going to go with Raquel Gonzalez. She hasn't officially been announced yet in here, and I think they need that dominant female where, if the Nia Jax would come in, that would help with, someone that can eliminate a lot of people at one time, and I think Raquel's going to be that person in this match. Sleeper, I think I'm going to go with Lita, because it all, again, comes back to what I started to say in the WWE Championship match before. It depends on the direction that they're actually going for Mania. I think there's two directions that they can go. One is they're going to go with that unification title match at WrestleMania, or the other is we're going to get two women's matches, and they don't unify the titles together. If they decide to go that route, I think Lita is definitely an option, because when do legends come back for these types of matches and they don't move forward? You had it with Edge, you had it with Batista a few years ago too. It's like that when they come back, and Lita has openly said that she's okay with sticking around for a little bit. So I think she definitely has a strong chance of winning the Rumble. But if I'm betting money on this match right now, I'm going for the unification match, and I think Charlotte's going to win. It's also right now with the whole thing, Charlotte has won the Rumble once, but she would be the first woman to win it a second time. And they love giving Charlotte those little notes in her career, and I think that she's going to get it. And I'm hoping we get the unification matches at WrestleMania. I don't think we're going to get all unification matches at Mania, but I could see the women's title and the men's title being unified.
Well, to that point, real quick, I just want to get everybody just quick initial thoughts off of this. If you have unification titles at Mania, right? And we can cover this on the post-Rumble show that we'll do after the Rumble goes off the air based off of what actually happens. But hypothetically speaking, Charlotte wins. She calls out Becky. Brock wins. He got Roman. Does night one being headlined by Charlotte and Becky and night two being headlined by Brock and Roman, does that get you excited for WrestleMania? Initial thoughts, not too much thinking, just what do you initially think if those are your two headlines right off the bat?
Gets me excited for those two matches.
Mm-hmm.
MARZ?
I mean, it feels like I've seen all of those two matches 7,000 times, and I really don't know how many ways you can smack it, flip it, and rub it down before it's still the same match. So for me, no, I wouldn't be excited for those matches again. Maybe 2018 I would have been excited, but no, not right now.
Okay, David. Another meme. This dude is putting out.
Yeah, I agree. You guys know the definition of deja vu?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's it.
Deja vu. There it is. All right. Jay?
I'm interested.
Oh, it's WWE. You're interested in
I'm
everything.
always interested.
Donald, yes or no? Does that Mania get you excited and want to tune in for the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania event ever?
Not really, but it's not my call because with WWE it is all about the money, so they're gonna put on whatever they want to for the dollar bill. They don't care if we like it, don't care if the kids like it, whatever profits they can make, that's what they're gonna do.
And you'll tune in.
I would tune in because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. I don't like I said, we can deep dive into it if it actually plays out that way in the post show after Rumble. But initially, excitement level no, I'm not going to be excited for that. And I don't think that would get you 2 sellouts on both nights. And right now they still need to sell out both nights, so not going to go there. Donald, sleeper, surprise, and who you putting your money on?
My surprise would be Oscar. You haven't heard from Oscar in a while. The only time you do see her is on Instagram, just like Bailey, just putting out multiple posts and all that stuff. So Oscar would be my surprise. My sleeper would be, like Chris said, Raquel Gonzalez. You need that extra, but you need that heavy in there to, be general throughout the middle of the match. And my winner, I'm thinking Oscar will be the winner. She calls out Charlotte. She was like, "You took my shine at WrestleMania when I was undefeated. Now it's time for me to take your shine and your belt."
So you give her the 2-time. Okay.
Yes.
All right, for me, I may go a little chalk here towards the end, but for surprise, I'm gonna go with Kairi Sane as a surprise entrant coming back. A name that's been floated out there, some people believe, but to me that would be a good surprise. Get her back in. Love her and with everything that she does. For sleeper, I'm gonna go Rhea. I know she's just coming out of this, tag team with Nikki ASH, and they can wrap that up easily. They can have that blow off match in Saudi, and then get Rhea onto the road to WrestleMania. But she was, final 2 last year, strong showing. So I'm gonna go sleeper for Rhea this year. I think she needs to get a title run that's deserving of an actual title run, because her first one was the drizzling shits. Didn't help her at all. And then if I'm a betting man, and this is, probably me reading too much into tea leaves and rumor and innuendo, but if you want to sell out and get the most bang for your buck, Ronda Rousey will be your winner, and she will challenge Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
She's the odds-on favorite at the moment.
So yeah, I hate to do that because I don't like it, but just looking at it from sellout wise, money wise, the way that the match ended with Becky becoming the champ and Ronda's shoulder not being down, that's your instant story. That you can start off right there, pick up, hit the ground running. Ronda will be your baby face. Becky will be your heel. It's clear cut, divided, no areas of gray, and you'll have a strong main event for either night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania with that. So that's.
Do you really think that Ronda would come in and the fans would completely cheer her, or do you think?
Yeah, I would.
I think so.
She's coming back. She's been gone for so long. I think, yeah, just like anybody that leaves and comes back, they initially get a pop.
I think when the music hits, now maybe like when she's in the ring, maybe not so much, but when the music hits, they'll pop.
And I know I say it's clear, babyface heel, but as the story is being told, are the fans going to want to boo or cheer Ronda and boo Becky? No, it's not going to happen. They haven't booed Becky yet, no matter what she does. So but realistically, if you're lining it up heel babyface, that's almost as clear cut as you can get. So
the element of them both being new mothers as well is something that they would definitely play up in the storyline. You did whatever you can do, I can do better. You came back in a year, 3 months. I came postpartum with an umbilical cord hanging out, and I came back. Hey, anytime realism, umbilical cord. Oh my god. Realism in wrestling makes it better, right? And it'd be better than anything the Raw creative team would come up for him as far as the storyline goes. So
was Liv the only fresh face that got picked to win?
I think so.
I believe so, yeah. All right, so that's the women's Rumble. Let's jump over to the men's Royal Rumble. Now, last year, did they end it with the men's Rumble or the women's Rumble?
Good question.
You remember? Because I know they alternated it. The one year it was the women's that headlined, and then
the first year of the women, and so that was 2018. They had main event.
The men's, because Edge won, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Edge went the distance, wire to wire. So
yeah, the men.
So we'll see which spot they put in here. You know,
If Ronda comes back, they'll be the last.
Yeah, if Ronda comes back, is the final. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess we'll know when they start the show.
right.
Yep.
I'd rather have the women's match. I think the women's is going to be last year for sure. The women's was the past couple of years. The women's has been more entertaining.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, so let's kick it off with the men here. Let's throw it down to. We'll go with Chris. We'll start you first. We'll go diagonal. Who you got? Sleeper, surprise, and money down overall winner.
This is a little tough. Because I really have no idea where they're going with this. I have no idea where they're going with the men at all in this match.
And they've announced 22 men so far for the Royal Rumble. So you have 8 spots open as of today. And I'm sure somebody else will come out on Friday and claim they're in the Royal Rumble. So by the time we get to the show, there may be only like 2 surprises. Spots open.
I think I'm gonna go surprise Corey Graves. Just kind of like the whole thing with Paige. She got cleared, and I think a Rumble. I don't need to see Corey compete every week. I'd rather see him at the commentary booth. So I think for a surprise, just a quick one-off, whether he goes in, gets tossed out, or if he goes in, lasts a little bit. I think this is a good way to bring him back into the fold, into the ring. If he's cool afterwards, and they decide to do something more with him down the road, cool. If not, great. He was able to return. And they could use the help in the ring. I'm sure they're going to be bringing back other people. My sleeper, I'll go Brock. Just if he ends up showing up, if he goes into it, I'll go with Brock as the sleeper, and just my odds-on favorite. Just because I'm going to give it to him, I got to go with my boy AJ. He's my guy. It's going to be my go-to every year.
Confident pick for the next 4 or 5
Whatever his contract is, he's win the Rumble every year until he does.
All right. Donald?
For surprise, if everybody could push your egos aside for a second, not y'all, but in the WWE, I say Bray Wyatt come back as the Fiend.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Just something. He'll get a huge pop from the crowd when the music hits and all that stuff. So I'll pick Bray as my surprise. My sleeper would be AJ. I think he's going to be the workhorse, the general, whenever he's in there. Make sure everything goes off. And my winner, I had Big E for the longest, but then I started thinking this week, I have Kevin Owens winning. You didn't pay this man all this money for no reason. And this goes back into my with Bobby Lashley winning. I think Seth is going to beat Lashley for the belt, and then you have KO and Seth down in WrestleMania with all their story and all that stuff. So KO as my winner, because I don't see no storyline for Big E at this moment with anything.
MARZ?
Yeah. So for my sleeper, I didn't have him as my winner, but I did have my sleeper as KO. I agree with you, Donald. The man's reportedly getting $3 million a year. He's not getting $3 million a year to job. I could certainly see, especially, and I've mentioned it before. Quote me now. Both of them, Brock and Roman, will not come back with that belt. Somebody's going to leave losing the belt. So if Seth wins, I can see Kevin Owens heading over there to feud with Seth, another Festival of Friendship Part 2. So I had Kevin Owens as my sleeper. As my surprise, I'm saying Moose. I am saying Moose. If we're going to have Mickie James, now mind you, Mickie James has a history with WWE, so they could easily just pass her for, the 7 people that watch Impact. They could just say, hey, Mickie James is back, and they wouldn't even know that she had a big Impact Championship belt on. So I could see Moose. If you're going to have the women's champ, why not have the men's world champ as my surprise? And then ultimately, I was going for Big E, but I think right now Big E just needs a heel turn with the rest of the New Day when Xavier Woods comes back and let them do their thing. So my winner, I have none other than, I hate to say it, but I think Brock wins. I think Brock loses that title, as I mentioned, against Bobby. wins the Royal Rumble and challenges Reigns.
Now, to what I initially had going into this, and this is to just jump back to the women real quick because you brought up Mickie James. Since she was announced, my thing with the Forbidden Door, and if you guys are watching Impact tonight, spoiler alert, Mickie gives a knockouts address where she says, I'm going to go on to win the Royal Rumble and everything else and bring the women's title to Impact. I said all along, if you really want to swerve it and you want to work this Forbidden Door angle with Impact, you have Mickie win the Royal Rumble and her and Charlotte go at it at Mania. Title versus title, champion versus champion. They have beef between the two of them. There's history there. Mickie wanted to take on Charlotte whenever she was in WWE on her last run before she got fired. I would be all for that if you're going to lean all into going with this Forbidden Door relationship with Impact. If you're not going that far, then have her come out with the title, hardcore country theme music. She gets her time in the shine and rides off into the sunset. So that would be my fantasy swerve booking, so to speak, of the women if it was to play out that way. So when you said Mickie, it just made me think of what I initially had going into it before I picked Chalk Ronda Rousey. All right, David, who you got?
So first of all, I just want to say you guys, Chris and Donald, picked both of my eyes and sleepers. So I want my winner, Tony Knoxville. No, I think. No, honestly, I have to change up my surprise a little bit here, but somebody from NXT like Tommaso Ciampa coming in, possibly. I could see him. He's been doing a lot of stuff, dark matches on SmackDown, so that'd be interesting to see. And then as far as a winner goes, I have no freaking idea because there's a lot of contenders here. I did have not for nothing as a joke, I had Almost as a winner.
Hey, Tommy Dreamer picked Almost to win it on Busted Open yesterday. That was his pick, Almost to win it.
It's been a while since I kicked somebody off.
He's almost a good wrestler.
But for real. So I would think out of everybody, since he's been on TV the most and he's got this like relationship on TV relationship with Vince McMahon, I guess I would have to really pick legitimately Austin Theory.
Hey.
I don't know what you guys feel about that.
See, David, as Donald and Chris steal your thunder, you stole mine. So it all comes around. There you go. I didn't have Austin Theory as my winner. I had Austin Theory as my sleeper. I think, given his relationship, like you said, with Vince McMahon and the amount of TV time he's getting, I think he will be in the Final Four. I absolutely think he'll be in the Final Four in some form or fashion. He, look to him to have like the Bianca Belair push where her first Rumble was super strong and then the next year she won it and went on to Mania. I think this is the same game plan for Theory. He's going to have a really strong Rumble, build him up over the next year, and then 2023 we'll have him winning the Royal Rumble to go on the main event Mania. So yeah, that would be my sleeper there. So you stole the thunder right back. Good job. For a surprise, I thought long and hard about this, and I really struggled to come up with a name. Ciampa's a good one from NXT. I'm gonna go way out on left field with this, and this is just strictly fantasy booking surprise. Braun Breaker. You have the NXT champion come up. You already strapped a rocket to this man in NXT from October till January. He's your champion. The dude has the look. He has the lineage. Why not? Have him come up, run through some people, be your, I know he's not the size of Strowman and that, but I mean, have him come in and dump out, 8 or 10 people before he gets eliminated and make him look really strong going back to NXT. So that way, when he does get called up, he's automatically somebody that people recognize, and they can harken back to, you remember what he did in the Rumble? He eliminated 10 people, and he already has some groundwork laid for him. So I'll go with Braun Breaker as a surprise there. Winner, if I had to put money on it, this Brock and Roman thing just seems like it's bound to happen at Mania, and I don't know how they get to it, whether it's a unification or Bobby beats Brock and Brock wins the Rumble. No, you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going Big E. And I'm going to say Big E because, like I already said, whoever beats Roman is going to be elevated to top tier title status. Big E should have never cashed in on Bobby. He should have held the briefcase and went after Roman. That was the right storyline to go with. Don't know why they pulled the swerve. And I agree with you, Mars, with the heel turn. I got Big E eliminating Woods, who may be a surprise because he's cleared. He could be back. So I got Big E eliminating Woods and Kofi to get down to the final 4. And that's his heel turn against the New Day, and then him winning it, showing up on SmackDown. They got, hey, what are you doing? Throwing us out, this and that. Big E just ends the relationship right there, walks right into Roman's office, and we're off and running to Mania. So I'm going to go Big E. I doubt that happens, but it's a nice little story to go with.
If we're talking about stealing thunder and it's going full circle. I had Big E as my winner and throwing out Kofi. I wasn't sure if Woods would be cleared yet. So I don't see a heel turn for Big E yet. They're not yelling at babies just yet. Where we at? I'm going to have surprise. Give me like a Hurricane, Santino, or Carlito. I just have my surprises ain't going to be big ones. They're not going to be pops for this one, and then my sleeper.
The pops for you. That's all that they are.
Not on this one, yeah. My sleeper's gonna be Finn.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all reports are is Finn's push is dead. Vince sees Finn nothing more than a guy to put people over. So
I mean,
Finn from Adventure Time has a better chance of winning.
Is Finn even going to be in the Rumble by the time?
I don't like believing reports.
Yeah. So yeah. All right. Well, we're coming down here towards the end. Any final thoughts from anybody? We'll go around the horn here. If anybody got anything else to add, maybe something you forgot to just pop back into your head for any of the matches. We'll see how SmackDown plays out tomorrow night, and then obviously the pay-per-view on Saturday. So around the horn real quick, final thoughts, and then we'll get Mars and David to plug their stuff, and we'll sign off to end this prediction show. So let's just drop down to the bottom here. David, any final thoughts on the pay-per-view itself coming up here on Saturday?
Not the matches, just the women's Royal Rumble. I was listening to what you guys were saying while I was fixing my Wi-Fi, and I think Asuka and Bayley, that whole aspect is going to be really cool to see them back, and I think there's going to be a huge pop, and I'm excited to see that. That's pretty much it. Go Johnny Knoxville.
Jay?
I'm gonna say beware the Usos. We didn't talk about them at all today.
Main event.
Something's got to happen, and you can't have the show stealers not on the show.
Yeah. Chris?
Pretty sure it could always happen, Jason.
Like
you said, we still got SmackDown. Yeah, we still got SmackDown tomorrow. Any more matches could still be added. Card subject to change all the time.
You mean a double main event on the kickoff?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it.
All right, Donald.
This is probably like the first Rumble since I started watching it again that I'm really not excited for. I mean, it just seems like all the storylines and everything's like not clicking, or it might be my wrestling fatigue that's going on with it. But I'm still going to try to enjoy it. But we'll see. Hopefully, they can change my mind this Saturday.
MARZ.
Thanks, Andy.
I'm going to cut a promo. Where's my camera? Okay. Bruce Pritchard and the rest of the senior citizens, you have an opportunity to steer this ship. Please do the right thing. I am all down for the unifications. You fired everyone. I got a pink slip. I don't even work for WWE. They fired me too somehow. So please, you don't have enough roster talent for a brand split anymore. You have two networks arguing over who gets a Hell in a Cell. Just combine the damn roster. So do the right thing. You have an opportunity. Unification match. The women, unification match for the men. Put those stars on both shows. It's a great opportunity. Will they do that? Absolutely not. I don't have much hope for what's going to happen. Not too excited, but I'm definitely going to watch it because I'm a dumb mark. So
there you
go. To piggyback, can we unify the US and the IC?
What Belcher
does?
What Belcher does? What Belcher
both
does?
evil Damian Priest, good priest, and evil priest can fight each other for both belts. Also a dumbass gimmick. I'll add that.
Hey, that's a banger cinematic match.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Perfect.
I'm so glad those are done with.
Yeah. My final thoughts on the Rumble. Johnny Knoxville is definitely eliminating Sami Zayn. And then he's gonna bump into Amos and hop over the rope, a la Drew Carey and the Kane. And Jeff Jarrett will come out and hit a guitar over somebody's head. The GCW star will be back in the WWE ring at the pay-per-view. So there's another legend for you, Donald. I just said that to piss that man off right there. So with that being said, before we wrap up, David, plug your stuff. Where can people catch you at? Where can they find you on social media? Let everybody know what you got going on.
Sure. This is David Garza from the Pro Wrestling. You not live, but in the past, letting you know that you guys can follow me on Instagram, which is at the Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm also on Twitter, which is at the PW Pod, and here on YouTube, just look up the Pro Wrestling Podcast, and you can check out my interviews and stuff like that. I primarily do stuff on Instagram, so please go check that out if you can. Thank you.
Yep. Jay knows the secret back doors to the black market menu on Instagram. So if you're looking
tagging me and shit,
for like a Deshaun Watson list of stuff, go to Jason. Got you. MARZ, plug your stuff again before we wrap up.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys again for having me, man. I had a blast. I love this stuff. Is what dreams are made of. So thank you. Thank you to AOL for giving Dave the most awesome Wi-Fi connection. It was an enjoyment. It's MARZ, MARZ, because I'm a bad boy. I put a Z up there. So it's MARZ _entertainment. That's on YouTube. That's on Instagram. The Twitter is at Sean930. Yes, I have a real name. So hit me there. The podcast is Down in the Den. Wherever you listen to podcasts, just type in Down in the Den. On YouTube, you can type in Down in the Den. You'll see my lovely logo. And we have great episodes. We have, if you love music, we have some of the most talented artists out there. Coming in, stopping in the den. If you love wrestling, we have great guys like Steve and Chris coming in, talking about wrestling. If you like food, we've got everything. So it's a one-stop shop of food and bearded content.
We got 4 people here that can fit, talking about food. So don't cut us out of the food conversation either.
Anytime we mukbang it up, I'll order you some food. We all eat it at the same time, and we make, we rate our food. So hey, I'm down.
There you go.
I like
As always, thanks for tuning in, guys. You can catch us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DumbMarksPod. Email the show at dumbmarkspod@gmail.com. Hit these guys up on social media. Like their stuff. You'll be highly entertained. They do a great job with everything they do. Again, thanks for tuning in. As always, you can catch us on the post-Rumble show. We will go live Saturday night after the Rumble ends as we kick off the road to WrestleMania. And with that being said, I'm a Mark, you're a Mark, tell a Mark. And until next time, y'all can catch us around the way.